himself. They wanted to go within the holy of holies. They wanted to offer the sacrifice. They wanted to do this and that, man. Well, guess what? You have to be ordained to the Most High in order to do those things. Okay. So it says, um, in verse 11, it says, "For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against Yahweh and against Aaron, that ye murmur against him." What's the reason why do you have a problem? Why do you have a problem with the order that is already working? It's been working. Is not no faults in it. If it's not broke, don't fix it, as they say, right? So it says in verse 12, and Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, "We will not come up. It is a small thing that thou hast brought us up." Salakia. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us? And so that's what their mentality was. Dathan and Abiram, okay, who were also in league with Korah, they had a problem with the authority. Okay, their perception was that the Lord chose, well, really Moses himself lifted himself up, okay, and brought them out of the wilderness, out to the wilderness, to take Israel, for himself. You know what I'm saying? You know, to make himself king over Israel, man. When that wasn't the case, okay, they weren't being spiritual there. It says, "Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up." So their position was, well, you haven't brought us into the land that you said, that this power was gonna bring us into. Okay, they basically called Moses a liar, man. When the Most High is dealing with Moses on a high level, okay, Moses was faithful, man, to the Most High. Okay, which showed that they had a problem with the Most High, man. Okay. Um. All right. So, let's see. Um. Verse 15, it says, "And Moses was very wroth and said unto Yahweh, Respect not their offering, for I have not taken one ass from them, neither have I hurt one of them." Okay. Moses was pissed off, man, because they were so rebellious. All right. So I'm gonna jump down to verse 20. Okay. It says, uh, "And Yahweh spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment." Okay, so the Most High, he was done, man. He didn't have nothing to say. The judgment was already ready to be executed. He said, "Look, watch out. I'm about to destroy this whole congregation, all of Israel." He threatened to destroy the whole nation multiple times, man. It wasn't just that one time. Okay, when they provoked the Lord to anger, it was multiple times, man, where he considered destroying all Israel and just starting over, man. It says, um, verse 22, "And they fell upon their faces and said, Oh, my power, the power of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation?" And so Moses and Aaron were pleading, "Please, Baba Shah, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, don't destroy all the nation of Israel. Just get rid of the men that are the problem. Okay? Get rid of those men." And eventually the Lord did get rid of that whole that whole generation, man. Okay? Because they were just too rebellious, man. Okay? But we have intercessors, man, for the Most High, not to destroy us, man. You see? And if you have a problem with those men, man, then you you gotta like I said, man, you have a problem with salvation. You have a problem with being forgiven, man. Okay, because those men are set up to help you out, to guide you on that chariot, man. If you believe, okay. So I'm gonna jump down to verse 28. It says, "And Moses said, Hereby ye shall know that Yahweh hath sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of mine own mind." You see, Moses did not set himself up. Okay? It says, "If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh hath not sent me. But if Yahweh make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth and swallow them up, all that appertain unto them, with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh." Okay, so this is a prophecy that shortly came to pass. Okay, because the word prophecy, pro before psi, okay, to say. So he said what was going to happen before it happened, for a sign for Israel, that the Most High is undoubtedly dealing with him. Okay, you see, the Most High had to perform a miracle, man, in order for Israel to get right back on track, man. Okay, it says, "And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their households, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit." Okay? "And the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation." Okay, so that's your condemnation right there. For a man that's rebellious, okay, for a man that stands up against the authority of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's what's gonna happen, man. Okay? In verse 34, "And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up also. And there came out a fire from Yahweh, and consumed 250 men, the 250 men that offered incense." So not only did the ground open up, and they just fell right in the earth. Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, their house and their possessions just fell right into the grave. Okay, not only that, but a fire came out, man, from the Most High, and just burnt up all those men, all those 250 princes of the assembly, those famous men that were in the congregation, those men of renown. The Most High just consumed them, man, in an instant. Okay, to show, is just to prove the Most High is dealing with Aaron, man. I'm sorry, Moses and Aaron. Okay, that he was dealing with Moses and Aaron, man, and to show the importance of order, man, he made them an example. Okay, so we should remember this. We should remember that the men of the Lord that are set up for a reason. Okay, we're living in a time of judgment, man. You know, so it's important to stay in order. Let's see if I get a couple more scriptures. All right, this is 1 Corinthians 12, and let's see, 1 Corinthians 12 and 27, and really you can start at like the 12th verse, goes into the body. Okay, but order within the body um, is exemplified beginning at the 27th verse. So it says, "Now ye are the body of Hamashiach, and members in particular." Okay, so us collectively, us believers, the elect, the men of the Lord, are the body of Yahushua. Okay, and us individually, individual as men, have specific our specific parts of the body. So one, a brother might be the index finger, one brother might be the right ear, okay, the eyebrow, tiny things, teeth, you know. But it says the Most High in verse 28, and the Most High hath set some in the church, first apostles. So the apostles are first, and that's the spirit. The leaders of GMS are apostles. Okay, first the apostles, secondarily the prophets, third teachers, and after that miracles. You see, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Okay, so there is an order, there's a rank. Okay, a level of the spirit has to be dealing with you to be an apostle, to be a prophet. Okay, or to be a teacher, man. You can't just be call you wake up and say, oh, I'm an apostle. You're not respecting that authority that is given to you, man. I'm sorry, that the Most High gave to the man that's above you. Okay, and so it says in verse 29: Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way, which goes into charity, the 13th chapter. Okay, but this here is a rhetorical question. Okay, the answer obviously is no. Everyone can't be the head, man. Everyone can't be the right arm, man. Okay, you have to fall within your lot, man. Every man is given a specific measure. Okay, so let's see. All right. With that being said, 1 Corinthians 14 and 40, it says, "Let all things be done decently and in order." Okay. If you write with your right hand, and your right hand doesn't want to be in cooperation with the entire body, the rest of the arm connected up to the brain, you won't be able to write. You'll just be rebellious, spazzing out, twitching. Okay, then what good would it be? You might as well cut it off. If it won't just, you try to tell it to stay still and just always moving around, doing whatever it wants, reaching for things. You see, and so this is why order within the body is very important. That's why it says, "Let all things be done decently and in order," man. Okay. Let's see. Next scripture. All right. Um, John chapter 15. Okay, verse 16. It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you." This is Yahushua speaking to the 12 disciples who later became apostles. So Yahushua himself ordained the 12 disciples who later became apostles to be over the church, the heads of the church. Okay? The scriptures say that they will be sitting on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay? So there's going to be order in the kingdom. You see? So um, it says, I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit. Okay, that's why the Most High set those men up, because they're gonna go and bring forth fruit. He knows the spirits that are gonna ride with him to the end and be the most productive for him. You see, it says, and that your fruit should remain, that whosoever ye ask of, that whatsoever ye ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. Okay.